the red pill here on lying is that everybody lies, and including yourself. Create an environment in your relationships where you can be blatantly honest, tell the truth, and get the truth. And that's sounds like such an obvious thing, but your guys, most people are ego protecting and protecting themselves so hard from this concept or idea that, they just don't want to face the facts that they don't actually want the truth. They can't handle the truth, right? Most guys out there, a lot of you guys out there watching this want to be lied to. You want your little angel, the girl that you have pedestalized and touches your pee-pee sometimes. You want her to, be at some sort of magical standard that isn't to the level of a human being, and expect that she's always going to be blatantly honest to you. And I got news for you. She won't be. All women lie. Every single one of them. And someone might say, oh my gosh, she's a misogynist for saying it. Not really, because guys lie too. Every single one of them. You've all lied at some point in your life. You've all not told the truth at some point of your life. Every single one of you. So we need to get that out of the way right now. What is actual honesty? What's integrity? Okay, because it's not all a blank, subjective, no principle, no standard thing. Oh, everyone lies, so now that means all sorts of lying is okay. Obviously, lying and lacking integrity is not okay. So you got to understand that your partner is going to lie to you or be dishonest with you at certain times and not even necessarily be aware of it sometimes. And if there's awareness of it, I don't know, they're just not... They're just going to do it because it's part of the human condition. I had somebody comment on one of my older videos a while back. And it was, I had somebody comment that kids kids don't know how. It was a stupid comment, right? I'm on YouTube. I thought, no offense, guy, if you're watching right now, but it was like, well, kids don't lie. People learn to lie. Like it's a learned thing. No, it's not. Kids lie all the time. If you've ever had kids before, if you've ever dealt with kids, they start lying as soon as they can talk about stuff. You know what I mean? Did you try to get the cookie out of the cookie jar? No, I mean, they just don't. It's a natural thing. It's a natural part of the human condition to not tell the truth when you think the consequences are going to be bad if you do tell the truth. This is a natural part of who we are as human beings. Now, that doesn't mean it's right, and that doesn't mean that we should not have integrity, but it takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of strength to have honesty and integrity in your life. And most people don't have it. Those of you, if you're sitting here watching this right now, saying, well, no, that's not true. And, I don't lie. And, there are, some people are liars and cheaters and some aren't. And all these little platitudes, you're lying already. You already are doing it. All right. You're lying to yourself right now. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Let's look at that. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Once there was a caveman named Grok who had eyes for the lovely Neela. Neela was the most beautiful cave woman in the tribe, with her sparkling eyes, infectious laughter, and fat booty. But Grok wasn't the only one smitten by her. All the Chads and Tyrones of the land wanted her too. He tried different ways to attract her, showing off his prowess with a spear, doing favors, bringing gifts, and even serenading her under the moonlit sky. But Neela never seemed to return his affections. She was always kind to Grok, but Grok was only 5'10", and Neela only had eyes for the 6-foot-tall Chads, or so he thought. Determined more than ever, Grok decided to do a pickup artist boot camp in a faraway land. He built up his confidence and learned how to talk to hundreds of cave Stacys, even winning the affection of a few. But when Grok came home to use his newfound skills on Neela, he could sense that same disinterest in her eyes. He could get average Stacys to want to bear his children, but could not win over Neela, or any cave woman as beautiful as she. The pickup artistes told Grok it's a numbers game, and that he had to sleep with thousands of drunk Stacys to get a beauty like Neela. Confused, Grok went to the secret societies of different color pills for advice. But all they could offer were different chants of, just next her bro, and she only bangs chads, over and over again. If only I could learn real seduction skills to make Neela fall in love with me, Grok thought. Neela went on to live happily ever after, having babies with a man named Og. Og had secretly learned sexpionage skills. Og was 5'5". The problem with pickup courses today is that they rely on the numbers game. You talk to hundreds of girls and finally a chick wants to sleep with you. And usually these aren't the women of your dreams. Sexpionage is my new course that will train you how to actually seduce the women that you want. Not just get dates with women who you aren't that excited about. You will learn deep persuasion skills borrowed from the elite corners of the espionage world that will train you how to persuade anyone and how to seduce anyone, from the woman you just met to your wife or girlfriend. Enrollment opens April 22nd and closes on the 26th. Click the link and don't miss this opportunity. It's the only one you'll get this year.
Right? But it's a lie that people tell themselves to protect themselves. Either you're, once a liar, always a liar. You're all liars, every single one of you, all of you. All right. Me, you, everybody. In a sense that we've done it before. Now, do we all lack integrity? Well, no, that's another question. Okay. But everybody has at one point or another said something that wasn't true, omitted information, which is a form of lying, changed the subject or used influence or something like that to, focus away from a topic you don't want to talk about, which is a form of truth avoidance, right? Could be seen as a form of dishonesty. Embellishment, that's pretty common. Telling a story with a little embellishment. Just filling in the blanks. Another thing people do, right? When you have a memory and you have a basic memory of what happens, you get into a story that you're telling and you start filling some blanks in. And some of those blanks aren't exactly true. And you may recognize it later, whatever. It happens. And everybody does it. Most people do it. When you understand that, when you get that, then you can approach these things with a little bit more of a sense of logic and reason and mental and emotional stability. If you have a safe world theory that there are liars and cheaters, and then there are people who aren't liars and cheaters, and somehow there's a magical, difference between the two, that it isn't on a spectrum, that it's this black or white binary thinking, that there's good people, bad people. And yes, there are definitely people who are evil and bad for sure, more so, and there are people who are more good, but every good person has done something bad. Every bad person's done something good, potentially. I mean, it does exist on a spectrum, right? And so same with the issue of honesty. There's a spectrum here. Okay. Some people have integrity and don't lie about things that are of high consequence to themselves or others, but maybe they embellish a story every now and then. Maybe they leave something out. Maybe they outright don't say the truth to somebody to protect them or to protect other people or to protect someone's privacy. You see, so lying, you have to understand the red pill here on lying is that everybody lies, and including yourself. And so if you don't understand that and accept that, then you're not going to be able to approach this topic with any sort of sense of reason or even emotional self-control. Because what will happen is your girl will start to she'll get dishonest. You'll feel that dishonesty. You'll know what's happening. And you're going to have an emotional reaction to that that's not going to be appropriate for leading or managing your relationship. Okay. And so instead of getting to the bottom of things and having good conversations with your partner, you're going to either fall into toxic behavior, toxic patterns, right? And then, of course, blame it on her because she's the liar. Or you'll do ego protecting, lying to yourself. Like you'll know she's lying and you'll just go, well, she says this and blah, blah, and I don't know. And just kind of accept her BS, which then gives her more or less behavioral rewards for continuing to not tell the truth, right?